our first-round pick, who's exciting, athletic, and
he is.
He'll play pro basketball this year, that's for sure.
Excellent. So, okay, so the naming rights, it's 25 years with Fiserv Arena, right? And it was a competitive deal. It took a while, and it was negotiated by Lazarus' son. Is that true?
Well, Alex is on our management team, but I think we had a group of people, as did Fiserv, over a long period of time. So it's a complicated deal. It's literally generational. You don't see too many 25-year deals coming around anymore.
They work. Because initially I think Fiserv, but then all of a sudden, like MetLife said, it's called MetLife, it becomes synonymous with everything that goes on there, whether it's concerts or...
Right. I mean, it's a way to elevate both of our brands. It's the brand on the building. It'll be the brand across sports, the brand across events. It's pretty exciting.
Let's talk about gambling and how that's going to benefit to the legalized gambling. Can we talk about it?
We can talk about it?
Yeah. Adam Silver even says this is something that's going to be a positive.
Well, I think Adams is a visionary. Probably in 2014 started to think about this and really is on the forefront of doing it. We just inked a deal on a league level with MGM, which will kind of start a roadmap, kind of a data sharing deal. I think for us in the league, it's really taking the league's, following the league's example and really seeing what this roadmap is. Today we all have, a lot of local teams have casino partnerships. We have some online partnerships, but really how this evolves is going to be interesting over the next year.
What does sports betting do in terms of valuation for the Bucks? I mean, we've had Wes Edens on Squawk Alley in the past, and he said he expects that this is going to lift the valuation.
Well, I think it's a big revenue opportunity, no question, for the league and for all the franchises. I mean, you've got to think there are tens of billions of dollars in sports books.
Is it direct revenue, or you just think additional interest and more intense interest in both the league and the actual games, what it could do for ratings?
It's both. So it's total engagement, and you're really capitalizing on something that's already happening. And part of this is how we can capitalize on our IP as a league and as teams on the revenue side.
What's the most interesting bet you've heard about these days?
I mean,
that's
now,
the other thing. It's not just going to be who's
yeah,
going to
I think now on sports betting, it's gotten so surreal. People are betting on who wins the tip,
right,
and who scores the first basket to, how many dribbles there are in a half. So I think it's gotten, it's way out there already.
I thought it was interesting that they said that now that you worry about gambling and betting somehow seeping into what happens in the game, but they're saying the opposite might be true, that you could see if something wasn't happening, that the bookies would be the first to know if something wasn't happening purely based on sports. If something was actually being gamed, they would know. So it'll actually help the integrity of the game.
I think that's part of the tenets of getting involved as a league is how do you keep the integrity.